So students want active learning. That's the number one strategy that I would want to keep re-emphasizing in my course. Students want to be able to apply the concepts and objectives they're learning to the case studies and problem-solving tools that we supply in the online course. They also want to incorporate meaningful and multiple ways of interacting with their fellow students and with the instructor. So there needs to be a social presence within the course, module by module, and different ways that they can choose to interact with each other and also to interact with the instructor. One way to do this, again, we'll talk about is regular, well-designed group discussions. Students need to be putting effort forward into their learning by preparing for each weekly module. I think it's important that they come in knowing what's going to happen in the course and be allowed to choose certain areas and activities that they can apply their own learning process to, and having a choice in how to complete the assignments. They also need to feel the course is interesting and applicable to their daily life. So again, with those assessments and assignments that we put into the course, it needs to be flexible with their learning needs. Students also want to have good interaction with their peers and with the instructor. So that needs to be not just in the beginning of the course, but threaded throughout the entire course structure. So they need to feel like they have a choice and active learning throughout the performance of the class. So again, 3 strategies that are successful in doing this is developing discussion blogs that would give active opportunities for them to give their own opinion or learning about discussion focus, and allow then for questions to be asked that would stimulate further discussion for each other's peers, and also having the instructor there to kind of guide the discussion, ask simple questions and give little bits of information to kind of prompt the discussion to go in the right direction. Another way that students could engage, so the second strategy, is to develop online chats through a community Facebook page. Let the students outside the coursework interact with each other, ask each other questions about assignments or objectives of the course, and learn from each other with a little bit less instructor interaction. So give them that opportunity to have a kind of a private community Facebook page in addition to your course discussion blog. In the course of this online class, the instructor should also give out regular email communication. So not just giving a standardized announcement throughout each weekly module, but send out a little bit more individualized communication with each student so they feel like the instructor knows them well. So maybe, hey, you did great on the discussion post, and I really loved your replies to the objectives that we were learning, but let me see how I can help you with developing this great idea further into this next week module. Here's some ideas that I have for you. And so when they have that regular email communication, they would feel like the instructor knows them well and that they can actually get a lot of meaningful feedback. Lastly, the third strategy that I would have is built along the series of the course. The students would be getting feedback after assessments are made. So the instructor would say, hey, I see you're growing with this particular skill or this objective in the course, and you did awesome on the last quiz or the last paper, and kind of give them a little bit of individualized tips to improve on. So you're doing great here, but let me help you do this better, and give them a little bit more individual feedback. So the student, again, feels like they're connected, that they know the instructor well, and the instructor is very thoughtful and caring about their progression in the course. Lastly, this isn't really a strategy, but something that helps the student stay connected. And lastly, you want the student to kind of know who you are. So this is my cat, Keanu, and he's the love of my life right now as far as cats go. But again, just kind of like every week giving a little bit of more information about who you are as a person would be helpful for students to really get to know who their professor is. And that just helps them feel, again, that social human connection that's important for their progress. Thank you for watching my video.